Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? How's everybody doing? Friday, good day. It's definitely a good day. Wait a few seconds for everybody to get in here. What's going on? Ashley, Amanda, Jeremy, Matthias, Nimanta, Kim O, 66 Lane, what's happening? Cool. All right. Philip, what's going on? Matthew, Axe Giant. It's all good here. So we're just starting off. I'll show you guys a reference photo one more time. Cool little vulture or something. Not really sure exactly what kind of bird it is, but we'll try to draw it no matter what it is. Just gonna block it in real quick. Try not to get too detailed yet. We're just want to make sure I can fit this thing on the page in the right spot where I want. Looks about right, I think. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving for people that celebrate that. I didn't really do anything at all. It's just another day for me, basically. Just another day of living life. I'm already thankful every day for everything I have, so for me, Thanksgiving's every day, but yeah, I didn't really do anything. Nah, I don't eat turkey. I don't eat meat at all very often at all. If I do, I'll eat like some salmon every once in a while, a few times a year or something. But other than that, I'm vegetarian. But no, I didn't have a big meal or anything. Actually, I had some leftovers of Thai food. That's what I had. It was pretty good. But so that's about all I did. Okay. Yeah, nice and quiet. Exactly. That's pretty much it. You can kind of see the legs here. Try to draw those. Stand on some kind of rock thing here. Kind of cool. A little platform there. Don't need to get too detailed down here. My focus is more up here, mostly, so this stuff doesn't really matter at the bottom here. So it looks like I don't know if the proportions are perfect, but at least looks like I got it pretty close on the first try, so that's always pretty good. I like that when I'm able to get it pretty close enough. And it's only been, not even 5 minutes yet, so I feel pretty good. It means I can get into the inking process and feel pretty good about this one. Big shadow here. It's pretty cool. Shadow down there. So the little part is in light. Can I give you some tips to draw manga? I don't really draw manga, but I mean, I think it's just like anything else. You know, just draw more of it, you know, like, try to be creative with it, try to be original. Because I know people that draw that stuff is just, all of it looks the same to me. But, you know, that's just my opinion, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, just try to be yourself, be creative within that kind of style, within that kind of genre of what you want to do. Just try to just be authentic, you know, do what you're interested in. I just got a paper cut. Yeah, this looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. I think, get into the pen and ink. Here, get into the pen here in a second. Let's just try to separate the head from the beak here a bit. So you see I started out with kind of larger shapes first, and then I break it down into smaller shapes. Alright, I feel pretty good about that. We have some light coming across here, looks like. It's the area of light. This is all kind of shadow, reflected light. Some wing stuff here. Yeah, we'll figure all that out. But this is really the darkest area. So we'll focus mostly on that. Matthew asks, how long did it take you to get really good at this kind of stuff? I mean, this whole year I've kind of been doing pen and ink, so I still have a long way to go, a lot to learn. So I don't feel that I'm like really good yet. So I can't really answer that. I've noticed I've gotten better at being able to draw and talk at the same time. I know that's something I got better at. Thanks, Vanessa. I appreciate it. She says, I love your work. Thanks. I appreciate that. So 7 minutes. Looks like we're 7 minutes in here. Or maybe more. Yeah, almost 8 minutes. Now we're getting into the pen. So that's a good day. Today's a good day. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in on this Friday evening. I'll zoom this in a bit for you guys so you can see what I'm... Yeah, looks like the beak goes lower. It's such small on my screen, it's hard to see. I need to make that a bit bigger. There we go. So actually, before I get too far into this, I want to remind everyone to be sure to like, share, and subscribe these videos. Greatly appreciated. What's going on, Al Hassan? What's happening? It's going all right. Also, on my website right now, I'm having a 10% off sale through the weekend. The discount code 2020 Thankful if you order anything. And that's on my website, SchaeferFineArt.com. I have drawings like these, the ones you're looking at, on there for sale, and also have paintings for sale. So you definitely check all that out over on my website, SchaeferFineArt.com. Greatly appreciate it. One more time, like I said, 10% off. So, you know, not a huge amount, but hey, it helps. It helps, you know. So definitely check that out. I don't really do that too often at all. So it's just one of those things, you know. Just every once in a while, once or twice a year. Try to give a little discount, you know what I mean? But anyway, thank you guys for letting me share that. Try to make his head a little fluffy. So you got some little feathers up there. His eye is very interesting, but I think not gonna get too detailed with it. I'm just gonna draw kind of the dark area that I see. No worries, Don. Hope it goes well for you. Thanks for tuning in, though. Greatly appreciate it. Sounds good. Full of life out here. Brebon Deb says, I love your art, man. Thanks, appreciate it. Sorry if I messed up your name. Never seen that one before. It's very interesting. To me, anyway. Yep, always watch the replay, that's for sure. Always put up all the replays for everybody to see. For anybody that can't make it or just needs to watch it later. Because I know I got people all over the globe, and sometimes my streaming schedule doesn't line up with their sunshine time, you know what I'm saying? Apparently some people are sleeping right now in the world. Some people are going to sleep, some people are waking up. That was a nice line, like that. Okay, well, anybody have any plans for the weekend or anything going on? Or anything interesting, I guess? Anything out of the ordinary for folks? I kind of don't like it now because it's a lot colder now than it was, and I miss summer. I want summer to come back. Wow. He's got some big talons, big feet. So that's all dark under there. Got some wing stuff here. Try to figure all that out. Alicia asks, I was just reading about this today. I'm glad to see a demonstration of ink being placed on top of pencil. Do you find this technique being less risky than just straight ink on paper? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, I do a lot of just ink by itself anyway with this method. You know, I end up shading, and sometimes I add lines or extra lines, but the pencil just gives me kind of a structure to work from, so I'm not doing it blindly. But something I'm just started playing around with yesterday is kind of doodling straight from the top of my head and just seeing what I can come up with. And I realized I really suck at it. I need more practice because I did not like anything I came up with yesterday. So something I did today, which was interesting, was I did a digital doodle all off the top of my head. And I realized it was helpful to be able to, I'm not really a fan of edit undo, you know, like undoing what I did. But I did it just a little bit here and there every, you know, if I made a mark I wasn't happy with or something, I'd just undo it. But like I said, I didn't do it a lot. It's very rare. And some marks I didn't really like, but I still left them. But I feel like it was helpful to do that digitally first before I go straight into pen and ink doodling. Just so I can kind of learn more about the marks I like to make and things that look pleasing. And I think it's kind of this, what I'm trying to say is like it's the same with this, like using the pencil first. Because there's many times where I start the sketch and sometimes the pencil part can take me, you know, like 20 minutes because I keep messing up and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely less risky, no doubt. I already messed up some of the proportions here, but it's okay. It's all good. So looking pretty good. But see, all this little detail and stuff that I'm putting in, or like suggestion of detail, like I'm just making that up. Like I don't have it drawn out. It's really just like the outline and some of the major shapes that I kind of do with pencil, just to give me it's like a guide. It's just literally like having a guide. So that I know kind of where I'm going. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to be in Australia right now. Man, I got a paper cut earlier. Probably can't see that, but I was drawing and I pinky swiped the edge of my paper there. Now it itches. That sucks. Yeah, some seasons are cool, but when it's raining and it's cold and it's crappy and you can't go outside, like, I don't need that. I can appreciate summer without having that. I mean, I get your idea, like, you need some kind of bad things to appreciate the good, but you don't need to, I mean, none of us have ever died, so we don't need to die to appreciate life, you know, we kind of understand. Like, there's some things, like, I understand, like, I appreciate warm weather. I love it. So I don't need it to rain to. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm just messing around. Can you ask a question? Yeah, you can. You can ask a question. Am I going to answer it? That's a different story. But you can ask a question. Jeremy asks, when you're deciding what size to draw something, how much thought do you give to the size of the marks you expect to make? Or is it just intuitive and you go with your gut? That's part of it. That's part of it. I kind of draw, like on the piece of paper, I kind of draw everything a similar size. I mean, if we look at some of my other drawings, I mean, some of them might be a little bit bigger. Like this one's a bit bigger, but there's just more elements in it. Like this thing is still kind of occupies a similar space. This one's a bit bigger. Another one a bit bigger. But they're all kind of, yeah, so these are a lot bigger actually, now that I'm looking at these. But yeah, I try, you know, if I was drawing, you know, relatively they're all similar size on the page, you know. If I was drawing something a lot bigger, you know, it would take me a lot longer to fill it up. So I try not to draw something too big on the page. I like having the space around it. I like, you know, yeah, that definitely plays a part of it, I would say, no doubt. But it looks like in the past I drew stuff a little bit bigger, but it depends, because there's some drawings where I drew stuff smaller, you know. There's this drawing here. This one's kind of the same size almost, a little bit bigger maybe. But yeah, it all just depends. But yeah, the marks would look a lot different if I was doing like twice as large as this paper. You know, the marks would be, I'd need like a bigger pen because it would look smaller, you know? So like, yeah. Yeah, extremes are not needed. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind colder weather every once in a while, or like, you know, having some nice colored leaves and stuff. Like, I like seeing that stuff, but just when it's raining and crappy, it's like, man, I don't need that. I know we need rain for crops and life and everything, but I would like rain when it's like warm outside and nice. But oh well, what are you gonna do? It's life, I guess. Such is life. How do you improve fast? Any tips will help. Well, probably just do it more often. That's all I can think of. Try to do it more smart. You know, I mean, it just depends. It depends on what you understand already and what you don't understand. You know, I don't know what you know already or how you draw. So it's hard to give advice how to improve fast. I mean, it depends on how much time you're willing to put into it, you know, how sensitive you are to the medium. I mean, there's so many factors. It's like, you can't just, there's no one formula to just improve fast. And sometimes you can't do it fast. It's just not going to work. It takes time, patience. Time and patience. All the very rare stuff nowadays that people don't like to have. I guess my question is, why do you need to improve fast? That's probably a question to ask yourself. Why do you need to do it fast? Are you running out of time? You know, like, I mean, what are you going to hurry for? You know, enjoy the process of getting better. Enjoy the process of drawing and improving. Do I do oil painting? I used to do a lot of oil painting. Now I just do watercolor. I think I missed a question. Do you need to draw every day to improve your art? It'll definitely help if you do it every day. It'll definitely help, but it's not necessary to do it every day. But the more you do something, the better. I mean, most likely the better you're going to get at it if you do it every day. That's just, you know, that's just welcome to life, basically. I always say that, it's like welcome to life. You know, if you play piano every day, you're going to get better. Probably quicker than if you don't play it every day. If you lift weights every day, you probably get stronger. You know, with that, you know, maybe you have to rest a little bit. It's always good to rest with everything, you know. When you play piano, if you play for many, many hours and then normally you start like stumbling over your fingers, you're not playing as well. But if you take a break for a few hours and then you come back to it, you'll find that like your brain kind of figured everything out, especially when you go to sleep. Your brain like processes everything you do at some crazy speed that we can't even comprehend. And then you wake up the next day, you go to practice again, and somehow you're better. You know, you have this muscle memory. Yeah, so that's why improving fast, sometimes you can't do it fast. It's just not possible. It takes time. Because your brain has to process everything. It's like if you're trying to learn a language, like you can't, it's very hard to do it quickly because, you know, your brain has to process everything. It's like if you're trying to learn a language, like you can't, it's very hard to do it quickly because, you know, your brain has to process everything. It's like if you're trying to learn a language, like you can't, it's very hard to do it quickly because, you can remember a lot of stuff, but a lot of it's not remembering. It's understanding it, and it's just habit. It has to become like a part of you. It can't just rely on memory. I think the same with drawing in a way. Just it kind of has to become, muscle memory for these strokes that I'm doing, the way I like to make marks, and I feel I'm at the very beginning of my pen and ink kind of journey. There's a lot of things I haven't really explored at all. But I'm going to start exploring some things soon. Like I said, like drawing off the top of my head, I feel like I'm going to really create some interesting things, hopefully. But it's going to take a long time to get good at that, but I'm willing to try it. I got a sketchbook coming in the mail next week, early next week. A white page sketchbook. I'm just going to do ink drawings off the top of my head and just doodle and see what happens. And no pencil first, just pen only. But like I said, I might do some digital stuff first to kind of get used to doing it. Where do I get my inspiration from? Somebody said there's no such thing as problems in art. Yeah, there is. Of course there is. Art is like full of problem solving. I don't know what you're talking about. Where do you get your inspiration from? I mean, a lot of different places. Art of the past, my own art from the past that I've done. A few people on YouTube sometimes. Very little though, I don't really watch too much art stuff on YouTube. But sometimes I get inspired. I find things on Pinterest, I get inspired that way. Oh, I really don't want to shade all this. It's going to take forever. It's just... It's pretty cool. Okay. That was quick, actually. How can I improve the imagination of stuff I want to draw? Yeah, that's tough. That's what I'm working on right now, to be honest, But what I've realized is a lot of stuff from your imagination, it's based on stuff in real life. If you look at a lot of fantasy art and like doodles that come off the top of people's head and stuff that's like abstract or stuff that's, like I said, like fantasy, not based in reality, a lot of it comes from inspiration from stuff in real life. So I think drawing from life will be helpful, but also start trying to draw stuff out the top of your head too. Depends on what you want to draw off the top of your head, it's all different, Everybody's different, so it depends on what you want to focus on, personally. So try to draw more of that, and try to draw from your memory, maybe draw it from photograph or from life a few times, and then try to draw it without looking at anything. Try to improve your memory and kind of your library, so to speak, of images in your head and stuff. Have I ever failed school? No, I didn't. I did pretty well in school. I mean, high school was kind of challenging because I really didn't want to. I was kind of bored in high school. Not bored. I was really I was just ready to be done. I was so done with high school. So I got some bad grades sometimes, but I never failed any classes or anything. Why do you ask? Do I sound dumb or something? Or are you just curious? How do you overcome artist block? No problem about the Urban Sketcher book. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. I need to look at that for the pen and ink stuff. I looked at it in the past for the watercolor, but now that I'm getting more into pen and ink, I need to look at it again for that kind of stuff. How do you overcome artist block? Try not to get it in the first place. It's probably the best. It's kind of like getting sick or something, you know. Prevention is always the best route to take if you can. Depends on what kind of artist block you have. You know, I've had it in the past where like I wanted to give up on art altogether. And I think for that, it just need time. Just needed some time to like away from it. I needed a break. So sometimes like you just need a break. Like you literally need to step away from the art, go do something else for like a week, and try to gather inspiration. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it just becomes, you know, you run out of inspiration, you run out of ideas, whatever it is. Instead you gotta watch stuff, go look at other art, go to a museum, go to the zoo, like go do something else. Go outside, go for a walk every day, do something else. So the reason I'm shading it like this, like vertical lines, because I know it's kind of makes it appear flat, but that's kind of what I want for these shadows. I want them to look kind of flat. Just a personal preference. What I'm going to do soon here is I'm going to put some white ink down to kind of show off some of the light. Yeah, no worries, Silver Chariot. No, I always try to do pretty well in school. I never try to fail or anything like that. And, when I got to college, I did pretty well in college. Like my last few years of college, I got like straight A's every time because it just got so easy. I was just like, I know what to do now. Finally figured it out, you know. But I didn't like school. I was not a fan of school. I felt like it was just something you have to do. You know, they're like making you do this. But it seemed, it just seemed stupid and silly to me. It's very annoying. So I'm just trying to suggest some like texture and stuff down here. It's not really that important what I do. It's just... you guys can see down here, it's just nonsense, but when you look at it from far away, it kind of looks like something there. And maybe if I put some white ink down there for highlights and stuff, it'll bring it together a little bit more. When did you start drawing? When I was like 4 or 5. That's when I kind of started drawing. Started pretty young. Just something I liked to do as a kid for some reason. I think I was really influenced by like Disney and all those movies, like animations. I wanted to be an animator. Jeremy says, my wife is more of a creative doodler, and I work better from references from life. Yeah, it's kind of how I am, but I'm kind of trying to start to get into doodling a little bit just because, I don't know, just something different. Just to see if I can do it. I've kind of been inspired lately, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like it might, I feel like I can bring some of the marks and things that I end up making, I can bring them into my work here. So kind of the work I'm doing now, the work from life, all these sketchbooks I've been doing and drawings helps me with the doodling I'm doing now, or trying to start doing. But I think once I get into the doodling a bit more, that will help me bring more stuff into these drawings. Does that make sense? You know, kind of help one another. You know, I can start adding more abstract elements and little things going on in the background maybe. You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's just an idea. It's a theory. It's kind of like when I say like painting, my painting helps my drawing, and my drawing helps my painting and stuff like that. Like everything translates, you know, everything. It's all different languages. It's like different dialect within the same language, the language being art and the dialect being the different tool you use, you know. Are you speaking with ink? Or are you speaking with paint? I guess, I don't know. Okay. Have you drawn a dynamic move object not from a picture or static model? Yeah, I've done that before. I've painted animals from life that were moving around and stuff. In my plein air videos, I painted a few different animals. Probably the best one, I'll show you guys here. I'll take a quick break. I'll show you guys probably my favorite animal I painted from real life. I'll show you guys. I think it's in this sketchbook. Boom, right here. So check this out. Yeah, this was painted on location, real life. The goose was really there, you know, moving around, walking, turning its head and stuff. But I think he stayed pretty still for me to paint this one. But what I've realized is like drawing stuff from life and drawing animals like this, it's like, let's see, what else have I done? Are there any other animals in here? I don't think so. But I've done a few other animals from life. Yeah. Not much else in here. The sun was moving. I'd do the sunset. But the animal, once you get the drawing down, once you get the outline of it, then you can just look at the colors and stuff and take the colors and everything from something else. So that's kind of what I did with that one. I got the drawing down. As soon as I locked in the drawing, I felt pretty comfortable, pretty confident that, all right, I'm going to be able to paint this one, hopefully. So anyway, be sure to check out my website, guys, schaeferfineart.com. You can see all the other drawings and stuff I've done and watercolors I've painted on my website. I also have a support page where you can like donate to me if you want, if you like these streams. I also have some t-shirts available and a Patreon page, and I also have a Bandcamp where I make music and instrumentals that I use on my YouTube channel in my other videos. So definitely check that out. And like I said earlier, I'm having a 10% off sale for this weekend until Monday night, Pacific Standard Time. Just use the discount code 2020thankful when you check out. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos. Greatly appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys for letting me share that. Let's go into the white pen, I guess, now. Oh, NAFTA. That's cool. I didn't know you're from Indonesia. Pretty cool. Jakarta. Yeah, that's really cool. Did I miss any questions here? The goose didn't attack you. You were so lucky. No, it's probably 40, 50 feet away. You know, maybe like 10 meters or something, 10, 12 meters. Maybe a little further. What art books would you recommend for beginners? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really know any books for beginners. Unfortunately. I would do a Google search, do an Amazon search, and just look for the kind of art you're interested in. Are you interested in drawing or painting? Or, I mean, if you like this kind of pen and ink and stuff, and you like watercolor, I really suggest the book called The Urban Sketcher. Really great book. Sim Mac asks, what kind of music do you listen to? I listen to a little bit of everything. I listen to hip hop, more like conscious hip hop, not just nonsense. Stuff that has like a meaning and a message and stuff, or just personal kind of hip hop. I listen to when I do work and stuff lately. I've been listening to a lot of like hand drum music, like really soothing, relaxing, kind of cool music like that. So I mean, I just listen to a lot of different stuff. I like piano music. Also, I mean, I haven't listened to heavy metal in a while, but I do like some of that as well. I used to like a lot of it in the past, but nowadays I don't like it as much. I'm very picky about it, I guess. The kind I like to listen to. Apakabar Nafta. If you're still watching. Just started your videos today and you're live. Hope I learned a lot. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Glad you found the videos. Do you like drawing the body and doing gestures? Not too much, to be honest. One of the reasons why I don't like it, because I can't ever draw humans from life. Like, it's hard to find someone to like pose for you or do stuff like that. It's just more of a pain. I'd rather do it from life if I could, but I was interested in it in the past, but not too much anymore. I like drawing animals like this and just having fun, relaxing. And there's sometimes where I do get into it. I like drawing. Let me see if I can I have a small sketchbook somewhere. I drew some stuff from life, some humans from life, like when I went to earlier this year, like January, February. I went into coffee shops and stuff, and I was drawing people from life. Really quick stuff in pen and ink, no pencil, just going straight into the pen. And I was really happy with a lot of those, the way they came out. I need to find that sketchbook. I could show you guys some of it. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. I think I found it. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, folks. So there's some pencil drawings of master studies that I was doing from paintings. Like this is a Sargent painting. Got a few more of those. I'll just show you guys a little bit of something. Other master studies, master copies. Just quick graphite with white charcoal. Some dogs these were dogs in Alaska from up in Denali National Park. These are kind of the guide dogs in the snow that you meet with or whatever, that you can go visit. They're pretty cool. They're from a long line of huskies and stuff. Some landscape. I planned for a painting here. So this is the first one I did from life. This was like a young woman at a coffee shop. She was kind of the cashier or whatever. So that one's pretty rough. You can see where I started. This is like into January. Do I play horror games? No, I don't. I don't play too many games at all. Let's see. I have a lot of like personal stuff in this sketchbook that I wrote. So this is a cup of tea I was having one time, so that was pretty cool. There's some other folks at the coffee shop just chilling. Some kind of coffee machine thing. Here's one of the stools. Personal notes and stuff I was writing. Another day at a coffee tea shop or whatever, getting some tea. Yeah, I was just drawing from life, just drawing stuff. I do have some more humans in here somewhere. Here we go. Got like a guy playing the guitar. I mean, he was only playing guitar for like 3 or 4 minutes, so I just had to be really quick, you know. Some of these I didn't really get to finish. There's another guy playing guitar. Had to do really quickly. Some other guy. Where's my favorite one? This is my favorite one that I've done from life. I don't know, I just really love the face and the way the gesture is. Much more loose down here. You know, this is only a few minutes. I mean, these are all very quick. Jazz musician here playing live. Some little figure gestures from some convention I went to. Jazz guy playing drums. It's the beginning of this year. So yeah, I just have just some. That's about it. So I don't draw too many humans or anything, but yeah, that was cool sketchbook there. No, I didn't draw Robert E. Lee. It wasn't him. It's from some painting or something. But I know what you're saying. Look like an old guy. Do you by any chance draw inspiration from books? Any recommendations? Not really. I mean, like I said before, the Urban Sketcher. There's a good book called The Urban Sketcher. If you're into ink drawing and drawing from life, if you're into watercolor and painting sketches like that, then that's a cool book to check out. Got some little feathers over here on the other side. Let's try to get some white ink down on this bird. Start coming together a little bit more. Sorry for that intermission there, folks, but I thought it's cool. Since we got so many new folks, cool to show some of the other past work I've done. If you guys are interested in seeing that kind of stuff, hopefully. So as it goes down, it gets darker and darker, so I'm going to start spacing these kind of clumps of lines. Kind of fade them out a bit, space them out, so that it becomes a lighter value, or in this case, becomes a darker value. Thanks, by the way, Jeremy. He says your portrait work always impresses. Thanks, I appreciate it. Ever done a self-portrait? I did one recently. I did one recently in pen and ink. It wasn't the best, you know. I haven't really done many portraits in pen and ink. Let me see if I can. I'll wait wait a minute, and I'll find it. I think it's in this sketchbook. If not, it's in the other one next to me. It's hard to remember which sketchbook I did and what. But I have a video of that one on my channel, me doing a self-portrait. I think I did it in like June or July, something like that. So we'll just start adding little bits of light here just for reflected light. There we go. I think that works really well. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I think that self-portrait is in this sketchbook. I wish you guys would remember which sketchbook was that in. Maybe it's not this one. Yep, it is. Here it is. So this one I was trying something different. I was trying not to get so detailed around like the eyes. I didn't want to like outline stuff. I was going for more like realistic, just by using vertical lines with value. So that's what I came up with. But yeah, not the greatest thing ever, but one of my first portraits with pen and ink, you know. Mostly the rest of the sketchbook is just animals or it's architecture. It's normally what I try to do, but sometimes, you know, we do play around with portraits and stuff a little bit. Just to get some practice, you know, cover all our bases a bit. What's going on, Enrique? Wow, that's a good question. That's a good question. You know, you don't have to buy Gram if you don't want to. I know it's probably hard to get where you are. You know, I would just get any kind of high quality watercolor paint, but if you want to try them out, I guess, and see how they are. The 3 tubes. What pigments do you choose to paint landscapes? Just with 3 tubes? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Let me look at my palette here. For landscapes, I would definitely say some kind of bright yellow. I use cadmium yellow, but you could use like Hanzo yellow or any kind of primary type of yellow. I'd probably pick that one. I'd definitely pick ultramarine blue. Wow, that's tricky. You know, I would say to have some kind of red, but I really like transparent red oxide. I mean, it's very useful in landscapes, but I don't know if those three tubes, the yellow, the brown, and the blue would give you enough range. You'd probably need a red as well. So having the red, yellow, blue would be good. Over time, if you could get a 4th tube, I would get this brown. So yeah, probably red, yellow, blue, and then this brown if you can. It's not necessary to have this brown, but it's very useful for landscapes. So yeah, I hope that helped. You know, you could also, instead of the red, you could get alizarin crimson, but I feel alizarin crimson, it's not really necessary for landscapes. It's a very strong color, and it's kind of hard to control. I don't really use it that often, to be honest. But maybe some kind of magenta or something could be helpful if you don't want to use red. But yeah, I think red's a good way to go. Just red, yellow, and blue. Just stick with the primaries and mix your own you know, secondaries and convenience colors and stuff like that. Yeah, I hope that helps. Yeah, the one thing about the vertical lines that I always do, it's kind of becoming one of my things that I like to do. I mean, I like the vertical lines. I realize like when I doodle off the top of my head, I can start adding those kind of things into my doodles as well. Just to give them that unique flair that's what I do. You know, I do a lot of the vertical line shading. Not always, but you know, a lot of the time I do that. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. All the new folks here, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. How's everybody doing on this lovely Friday? I think we're getting pretty close here. Did I miss anything on the Vulture on this? I don't think I missed anything really. feel like I got him pretty well. I can put some little dots around his head to make like feathers floating away and stuff. A little more texture up there, maybe. That's a little too much. I don't know, just practice, just playing around, you know, just testing things. It's always fun to just play around. Thanks, I appreciate it. I need the luck. I need the luck on the rest, that's for sure. You know, there's not much more to go here. I think we just, how far, okay, we're 55 minutes in. Doing pretty good. Pretty good progress for 55 minutes. You know, there's not much more to do. You know, we'll add a little bit of white down here just to bring some light onto the ground, but you know, there's not, don't have to do a lot down here. You know, you already get the idea that there's light down here, so I really don't need to do much more to it. I'm trying to decide if I should do something in the background, like right here, at least, like have some little bit of light coming through just in the background, or play around with some kind of different kind of technique in the sky, just to create like a little bit of light against the ground in the background, have it fade up. Maybe we should do that with the white pen. Try to do something. What way could I do something different? Vertical lines wouldn't be different, but I do like, I could do the vertical lines differently. Could do them very uniform and like thicker and then thinner, thinner, thinner. You know, I don't know. I could do dots. We could play around with dots in the background. That would take a while though, I think. Cosmic sun rays. Oh, that's tricky. I'm not... that would be interesting though, having like... It would be cool to do like a circle, a half circle back here or something, and then have stuff coming off of it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't know. I feel like we could just play around with something back there. Something different. Something I've never really done before. Yeah, maybe we do like a half circle and then dots. Closer together the dots get around this thing and they fade out. Do them white. Should I do them white or black? Probably white, I guess. Since it's like light. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just kind of... Let's just throw some dots here at the bottom just to... Need more texture. I'll even throw some dots in the shadow there. Little things of light. There we go. Nah, I want to do some abstract in the background. You know, I don't want it to look realistic in the background, like there's distance or anything. I'm thinking like something flat, like a half circle. It's just, it sucks because it's the location of where it would be. I don't know that it would look good. So maybe I just do lines going up. Thanks, Enrique. Thank you very much for the 20 something. I'm not sure what your currency is where you are, but it's about $4, so thank you for the $4. Greatly appreciate it. No problem. He says thanks for the live streams. And yeah, thanks for being a great supporter, man, and always watching and donating and stuff. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope the art's going well. Have some fun, man. Just take it easy. Have some fun. That's what it's all about for me, you know. That's why I kind of want to have some fun with this one, with the background. I feel like we could really make this thing pop with all this dark. So I really want to contrast against that. Yeah, this does look like a hole kind of because of the direction of the lines. It's pretty interesting. Okay. What could we do? What could we do? You know, I don't want to do anything diagonally or anything to. Although this diagonals this way could be cool if I did diagonals. But that would be a little crazy probably. Let's Do I do dots or lines? Dots or lines? I'm tempted to do lines because I think it'd be a little quicker. Okay. I think I'm just going to do uniform lines. Rows of lines. It's going to be different than what I've done before. I think I'll make this row right here like the thickest, and then it gets thinner as it goes down and thinner as it goes up, maybe? Or do I start at the bottom? Oh, folks, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm a little worried right now, so I'm kind of stalling. I need someone to give me the answer. How about both? I don't want to do both. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. We'll start right here, right where it meets the ground, and we'll just we're gonna go like uniform, more uniform than I've ever done. Let's see. 1/3 from the bottom, then work down. Okay, I'm gonna go for what I'm thinking. As soon as I can get this pen to draw again. There we go. This might take a while. Oh God, I hope this looks good. I hope this will look good. This is totally an experiment. I've never done anything like this before. Trying to keep that straight at the top, but it's very difficult. Everybody's probably like, what is he doing? Well, I don't know what I'm doing. It's the whole point. If I knew what I was doing, then it'd kind of be boring, wouldn't it? We'll stop it right there. Stop the sky right there. And we'll keep it going this way. I'll go a little further, I guess. Whew, do I like charcoal? I mean, I think it's cool, but I don't like using it anymore. So if you guys see what I'm trying to do here, it might not be apparent yet, but what I'm trying to do. The crazy thing I'm trying to do is It's hard to do them that way. Can't see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to make like lines maybe the same height, but spaced out more. Does that make sense? So I want it to look lighter as it goes up. I have no idea if this is gonna work. This may look stupid. Very stupid. But I was willing to try it, you know? And now I'm wondering, what did I get myself into? Why am I doing this? This is gonna take forever. But it's so uniform now that like I can't undo it. I have to just like go for it. So you guys see what I was like trying to do? Yeah, this may look really stupid. I should have just went with what I always do. But you know what? I wanted to try something new. Something I don't always do. I think that was the point, you know? Because if we're always like staying in this our safe zone, you know, it's like never improve. Yeah, it may end up looking too busy, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, yeah, it may be too distracting or something, but it was worth the risk, I think, for me to just try something. And now I gotta be kind of conscious of the spacing. Or at least semi-conscious of the spacing. It's kind of tilted because my arm kind of naturally goes down like that. Bloop, bloop. But oh well. See if we can fix that. Keep it up, keep up. Now we can draw some of these out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know, folks. I tried something new, you know. I don't think I really like it, but I need to continue it, I think, over here. But that's kind of difficult. I think I need to turn it upside down. Sorry, folks. But you can see how I'm kind of curved there a bit. Should have been a little more careful with it, unfortunately, but I wasn't. Okay. Oh wait, where does that come up to? Oh, a lot more. Oh boy. Man, this is difficult. I'm trying to match where they come up at. Can't do it. I'm trying to match the spacing too. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's very different. Very different. So I'm using this pen, I'm just trying to line up from the other side, trying to get as close as I can. And the spacing as well, it's a bit difficult. Yeah, I wish it was more like, I feel like I need to break it out of the box a little bit because it's not as uniform. You know, it's not perfectly uniform, so I feel like I need to kind of like break it a little bit. Does that make sense? Maybe have it become more. Start deteriorating as it gets to the edges. I have no idea. I don't know. I tried. I tried something. Yeah, maybe above that one we can put like a few little marks here and there. Maybe to break it up this way too, like vertically. Well, it's definitely different than what I've done in the past. It's definitely different. Is it better? I don't know, but you know, I think I'm glad I tried something different, and there's things I like about it, and there's things I don't like about it. So it's good to learn, I guess. You know, it's good to learn like what works, what doesn't work. You know, I could have just done that same white background I've always done that you guys have seen before, you know. Something like this one where, you know, it's just white. You know, I've done those plenty of times. I think this kind of gave it a little bit of something, you know. All the lines are a little slanted and stuff. Let's see. Done that white background many times. You know, here's another one. So I just wanted to try something different than these same ones over and over and over. But thanks, Noah. He says congrats on the 500K. And thanks for liking, by the way. But yeah, definitely different. I think it came from all my doodling and stuff I've been trying to do off the top of my head. I kind of wanted to just fit something more abstract into this one. I feel like I wish I would have done that half circle in here somehow, or some kind of circles. That would have been cool, but oh well. Always on the next one. We can play around with more abstract stuff in the background maybe as the future progresses, as my pen and ink journey progresses. We could draw some grass growing here too. Why not? There actually is in the photo, so might as well use some of that. Could be cool. Maybe to break some of the background up a little bit. Let's do it. Let's just... It's kind of interesting. It's kind of hard to see it, but... Just have some stuff like coming in front of that background back there. Just a little bit. Yeah, pretty wild, pretty wild. Never really did a background like that, so I think I'm happy with how it came out. Let's do some big grass. You know what, let's do, it's probably hard for you guys to see that, but I did draw in front of, it doesn't look thick enough, you know? Just need like some, a thicker pen. I do have one, but do some white grass. Just adds a bit more texture overall to this thing, you know. I'm probably worrying too much about everything else. I mean, the bird looks great, so that's really all that matters, I guess. Not all this other stuff. I'm just trying to add a little bit of layers to this thing. Anyway, all right. I probably messed it up enough. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can just fade it a little more into the sky. Make it look like it's just disintegrating. I don't know. Okay. I think we're good. How's it going, everybody? Could you do pen and ink in a watercolor paper? I did one recently. I'll show you guys what I did last night. This is off the top of my head completely. This is just a little doodle that I did. I did it on watercolor paper because it's a small sheet that I had. It's going to be interesting for you guys to see. It's literally nothing. It's literally just random, completely random stuff. But yeah, so this I did on watercolor paper. So you could do it. But yeah, it's literally just nothing. It's just stuff that I was just coming up with, just trying to see what kind of lines I like and curves and things and shading and nothing. Literally nothing. So yeah, I did something like this digitally today. Came out a little bit better, so I feel more confident. This one I was kind of like just playing around. I don't really know what I was doing, but you know, just trying to play around with like balancing elements and stuff like that. It's difficult. I didn't really think drawing stuff completely off the top of your head would be very difficult, but it literally is. It literally is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Well, art-wise, like coming up with stuff on the top of my head and making it look pleasing. You know, there's so much I don't like about this thing. Just the shape, the composition, like it makes me really focus on design more and trying to design shapes and stuff. And yeah, this just went in straight with the pen. And one of my first times ever doodling like that, and super difficult. Super difficult. So yeah. So I'm pretty proud of the one I did digitally today. Maybe I'll show you guys that next week or something if you guys want to see that. But yeah, it's pretty much abstract on Reek. Pretty much literally abstract. I was just coming up with ideas. Like, okay, circles are cool. And then I was like, all right, maybe like make it look like a space kind of a thing going on. But then it kind of turned into like spider web kind of thing as well. And then, you know, there's just like this is where you can like play around with nature and kind of take elements from nature and bring it into the world. You know, these little dots here are kind of like floated, like looks like they're floating upward, you know, with the little dots and lines that I did. You know, it's in like little orbits and stuff going on. You know, who knows what it actually all means, but it's cool. Is that a biblical angel? No, I don't. I hope not. I hope that's not what they look like. But no, I don't know. I mean, you guys want to see the thing I did in digital today? Digitally? I guess I'll reward all the folks that stayed till the end. We're an hour and 25 minutes in, so I'm about to end this thing. I'll show you guys what I did digitally today. We'll do a digital drawing next week, I think. So we can test right now to see if it's going to work. So I'll bring this up on my iPad. See if... So this one is kind of based on what I did, what I just showed you. I kind of took elements from it, like the circles and stuff. So this is the digital sketch that I did. Yeah, I did this today. I mean, it's literally just random stuff again, you know, like just playing around with compositional balancing and kind of like having a place for your eyes to rest, this white space. It looks like some kind of like whale that's like some kind of like violin or something. You know, I don't really know. But yeah, this is a Procreate on the iPad. Procreate. So I was just using a pen, like a, you know, this kind of pen. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier behind the Vulture, having something like that, like a half circle with like dots around it and stuff. But yeah, this is all just like, just crazy stuff. This kind of looks like a cat now that I see that. Kind of looks like a cat. Just needs like a nose. But yeah, Viking ship, there you go. I mean, that's a cool thing. It'd be anything, you know, it could literally be anything. I got all these, it's a cool little, normally I don't really like details, but it's these cool things you can make, like little spider webs or wires or some kind of technological, you know, just stuff hanging, floating around. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of cool figuring out what kind of things I'm interested in, like drawing like this. You know, these little spiral thingies and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I may end up doing some kind of doodling like this one day if I feel confident enough to like, we'll just do something off the top of my head and see what comes out, you know. What brush did I use? I used the technical pen. Underneath inking, I used the technical pen. And that was it. So it's just a pen that goes thick to thin with the pressure. Can you put colors? Yeah, you can actually. If I did another layer, this is all on one layer. I could do another layer probably underneath it. You could literally, let's see if I wanted to do like red or something. You know, I could literally, let's do, what kind of brush? Maybe that kind of brush. You can literally paint underneath this thing. You know, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool to do this digitally. I'd like to do it in pen and ink, but I just don't feel confident enough yet. Like I was saying, like this one I did yesterday, I mean, it's not that good. It's kind of based on, this is kind of based on that, like the idea with the circles and stuff. But yeah, you could literally add whatever color you want to this thing. But, you know, I don't really know. I don't know if I like it being white and black, kind of cool. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of curves in this, a lot of shading, trying to like make form and depth. I feel like it lacks a lot of form, but like it looks flat in some areas. But, you know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of, there's parts that I do love about it, and there's parts like I said, there's parts I don't like. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, like this part was kind of the last part that I did. I kind of don't like all of this. You know, I love the background. I love this kind of hump here and this thing up here and this area. Kind of looks like musical instruments up here, like some kind of violin, you know, coming together. So that's kind of cool. I like this little drippy wood, kind of looks like wood or something, you know, a lot of these areas. This kind of looks like a whale, like a humpback whale, I think. Sorry. Like this part looks like a humpback whale. It's kind of cool. You know, there's things I like about it, but it's not like, you know, it kind of looks like eyes up here, like it's a big whale. Kind of some kind of nose or mouth or something. But anyway, no, I haven't heard of those diagrams actually. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that so I remember what you're talking about. Feynman diagrams, quantum electrodynamics. Yeah, that's crazy. That sounds super crazy. Anyway, guys, I guess one last time, check out my website, shaverfineart.com. See other drawings and paintings and stuff I've done. Also, have 10% off sale right now going on. The discount code 2020 thankful. So anything you purchase on my website, you can get 10% off with that discount code. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos. Greatly appreciate it. But I guess I can answer some questions. I mean, it seems you guys have some questions, so I can answer them for a few minutes. Do I play Among Us? No, I do not. I'm vaguely very little familiar with it, but I do not play that. Hannah says, I see kind of a harp at the top there. Yeah, it does kind of have a harp kind of look to it. Yeah, it's really interesting. But it just boop, came out top of my head. But yeah, it's very interesting to see what you can come up with just off the top of your head. Anyway, folks, hope everybody has a good... Henrique, this iPad is the bigger one. I think it's a 12-inch. Let me bust out my ruler here. Yeah, this one is 12 inches. So, yeah, it's a larger iPad that I got a few years ago. Thanks for asking the question again. Yeah, sorry I missed that earlier. But anyway, folks, that's the drawing. I'll show you guys one last time. There's a drawing for today. I think kind of, very different, very interesting. But so here's the drawing. Wolfie asks, have you found what you were going to do for the digital next week? No, I haven't. I'm going to do that this weekend. I'll plan it this weekend for next week. Mohammed says, I've been watching your videos for a long time. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Derek says, I have pen pencil questions. I'm under the impression you have a link Amazon to stuff you use. Yes, I do. Normally, if you watch the replay, if you click the replay video, I'll have a pinned comment of all the materials I use in this video today. Also, my sister Amanda is posting in the chat the pins that I used today. But if you're patient after the live stream, once it re-uploads or whatever it does, I'll have all the, or if you check out past pen and ink live streams, I have all the materials listed in a pinned comment in the comment section. So you can check that out, Derek. What program do you use to paint on the iPad? I use Procreate. It's an app called Procreate. Next week, 3 live streams, Enrique asks. Yes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, most likely. I don't know what I'm doing for the digital next week. Probably like you said, like a lion or some kind of big cat or something, so maybe I could do that. Brandon making cosmic stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm going to mix all my influences of stuff I enjoy, space, theme stuff with nature, trees, wood grain, that kind of stuff I want to add into those doodles, just kind of interesting things. Are you doing a watercolor stream next week? Yeah, watercolor should be next. And then maybe, I guess, instead of a pen and ink, I'll do a digital drawing, I guess. Thanks, Derek. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you order anything through those links, you don't even have to order those supplies. You just click the links and then order anything else through Amazon the next 24 hours, and I get a commission. So it's very helpful, you know, if you want to order like, you know, a new mountain bike or something, or a new car or something expensive, then I'll get like 4% commission from it or something. So sorry to hear that, Lucky Husky. I do live streams every like week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Monday through Friday. So but anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna get off here, and I'll show you guys one last time. There's the drawing that I did today. Something different with the background there, but pretty cool. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself.